Hey everybody, it's Monday night. It's Mark Masters, always booking comedy. I got Igor here, all the way from the great state of Maine, and we're gonna get into it. Let's talk about some stuff. I do want to mention real quick, if you're watching on mobile, I don't know why there is a picture of me blocking my face, but you can see Igor, so that's good. How you doing tonight, Igor?
I'm doing great, doing great. We live in Maine just so we can experience Maine summer, and we are in it. So I just came back
Awesome.
from camping last weekend. The whole thing, kayaking, sun, smell of pine trees. So I'm very relaxed and very happy.
That is
Not
awesome.
a stressful Monday for me.
That is awesome. Do you do less comedy in the summer?
I'm actually taking this summer just because of my travel and just doing some projects around the house. Plus, I realized doing this that summer is really when the not a lot of audience in Maine wants to come and see comedy. It's the
Yeah.
winter when I try to schedule most of the shows. So just with the venue that I'm working right now, we decided to kind of take a couple months break so everybody can take a breather, and we're going to be back this fall.
Nice. Why
How
don't you
about
tell
you? Are
everybody?
you busy?
I run less shows in the summer, produce less shows, but I
Mhm.
perform more. So I go like on tour during the summer. I'm
Nice.
flying to New York City tomorrow. I just got back from Los Angeles. I did a bunch of shows around Denver this weekend. But yes, it's very difficult for me, at least, to sell tickets during the summer as a show producer, and I definitely do less of it because everybody just wants to be outside. They're exactly what you were talking about. So
Yeah, I
tell us about your production, like what you've built, how you got started.
yes. So I started about 3 years ago, and originally, since I loved comedy so much, and I started performing, a friend of mine came to me and said that, hey, my husband is really involved into this old theater that is about 40 minutes from Portland. This is the theater where the movie The Shining was premiered. That is, it's very old and legendary theater, yeah,
I
called
know.
Magic Lantern.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Stephen King actually goes to this theater to see his movies. He's a kind of frequent guest, comes in disguise, but they know
Y-
it's him.
Yeah, you know what?
So it's
Ray
beautiful.
Har
Yeah.
There's a comedian named Ray Harrington. Have you ever heard of him?
Yes, yes.
He
Not that
lives in
familiar, but familiar. Sounds
Okay.
familiar.
He
Yes.
lives in Providence, Rhode Island, or close to there. But he um he worked at that theater. I'm pretty sure because I've done road work with him, and he told me stories about a theater where Stephen King goes. He used to bring his son, etc.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, great. That's great.
yeah.
Yeah. So
We
I
got a
kind
one
of
second,
started
Igor.
from
Sorry, we
scratch.
got a
Yeah.
comment from online from North Carolina here. A reference to Estes Park for The Shining, which was filmed at a hotel in Estes Park called uh, I forget what the hotel is called actually. But okay, so continue your story.
Yeah, well, since we had that comment, so there is a little bit of a debate because I think what I was told is that interior scenes were shot at a hotel that is in White Mountains in New Hampshire, but
I actually
I
know
was in
this too.
Oregon.
It was called the Balsams. I've heard of this. They like designed it there or
Yeah,
something, but they actually shot it at the Stanley Hotel. Here it is. It was also in Dumb and Dumber, which is right here on the wall here. That's the hotel that they
all right.
arrive at when they supposedly arrive in Aspen, but all Hollywood
Yes,
magic.
is that a hotel in Oregon?
It's in Colorado, Estes Park,
Oh, in
Colorado.
Colorado. Because
Mhm.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused. Like everybody's one ownership of that because I also, when I went to Colorado, they told me, I mean, to Oregon, they told me that in one of the hotels that we stopped is that's not there. So when I start to explain
Yeah.
my New Hampshire story, they go, I guess, maybe I don't know enough, but it's a debate, I guess.
Sure.
So so anyway, I started kind of from scratch at the Magic Lantern movie theater there. Pretty much started with a local talent and had bi-weekly shows there. I ran it for a
Let me, can I
couple
ask you a
of
question?
months. Yes,
So this is a
absolutely.
movie theater, right? Do they
Yes.
have a stage there? Or do they have like a separate room where you would do the comedy shows? Or did you do it in the, like with a movie theater screen behind you?
Yes, so we most of the shows were in the big room with the movie theater and the stage. I mean, movie screen and the stage, and it was really a blast. I mean, I was really happy because for me it was a big. I started with a big stage right away. Plus, a lot of comedians from Maine were willing to travel and experience that. So everybody was happy, and
Yeah,
it was also something new to bring to that area. So we had a lot of people coming and laughing with us. It was great.
nice. What town is that in?
Bridgeton, so it's a little ski town,
Okay.
uh, about maybe less than an hour, about an hour from Portland.
Okay.
Yeah, so I really put a lot of effort into that. I would take days off work and go and put the posters around, and I mean, it was so great to put all this work and effort, but also to have a result right there. Sometimes when you do something, it takes time, but I just got lucky, so I was really happy about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can say for anybody watching, this guy knows how to produce a show. He's definitely putting energy and effort into it, and he is getting great results. I did one of his shows, and it was a ton of fun. Okay, so you started at the movie theater. Did you learn any lessons there? Did you like what kind of equipment did you have to bring? Did you have to bring sound stuff and light stuff?
No, fortunately, they had. I mean, they had both sound and lights, so
Okay.
I didn't have to worry about that. They also had their ticketing, as they were, independently selling their moving tickets.
Nice.
So I didn't really have to worry about that, other than working with the comedians so those were the things. Now later when I transferred to doing shows, producing shows at different locations, then I learned a lot more from seating to to everything else. So that's where I started uh, kind of doing more diverse work on producing.
Yeah. So do you still run shows at the theater? And if not, why did it stop?
Well, honestly, it was a lot of. I mean, they're non-profit, and they're just not business oriented. So I had to take a lot of. I had to kind of remind them, hey, the tickets are still not on sale. I mean, you need to change
Uh,
the ticket. It's the day of the show.
yeah.
All that stuff. They're just not. They're great people, but it was a lot of, and also it was a little far for me. It is a drive. It is a lot of effort. So I decided to do something more local to Portland, Maine.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. And did you go right from there to hold on, what's it called? Mass Landing?
Yes, I kind of started at some point. I had a boat. I did boat, and it was really great because I could bring somebody and have them, Friday do a show at one location and Saturday do it in a different location. So that worked out really well. But at some point, I just it just was too much, a lot
Yeah.
of work. As I said, I cannot. I just have to do it right. So I have to spend a day with all the promotion with posters, and it's just a lot of work. So I just focus on quality over quantity, and that's how I partner up with Mass Landing. And
Okay.
they have two locations. One is a little bit north from Portland, where we had a show.
Uh-huh.
I think Alex Giampapa was you and him were co-headline. It was a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Thank you for that. And the other one is maybe 10, 15 minutes south from Portland in Westbrook. So that's what I'm doing right now, working with Mass Landing.
Awesome. So how are those two showrooms different? I've only been to the one in Freeport.
Yes. I actually, and I hope to have you back in a different room so you can experience both. Uh, the room that we were is we had our show. It's more of a new room. It's bigger and acoustics is not that perfect, but
Okay.
we can have 150 people there, and it's kind of nice because it's isolated from the rest of the brewery. So it's upstairs. It's a totally different floor. So I like that, but I do like the other room better because the ceilings are much lower. It just has more of a comedy club feeling. It's
Yeah.
darker, the sound is better, and it's more intimate. It's a little bit smaller. It's about 100 people maybe,
Okay.
uh, but everybody is really close, and it's a more of a comedy club atmosphere. So I also kind of think that the audience is a little bit different.
Okay.
Up north in Freeport, a little bit of older uh, kind of upscale, not upscale, but you know, it's very desirable and not a lot of students. It's
Sure.
expensive
Welfare.
to live there. So
Yes.
not a lot of students live there. Let's put it that way. Where in this other location, it's mix of everything. There's old and young and white collar, blue collar, you name it. It's very diverse, and I like that. So it's a little
That's
bit more edgier too. I think the crowd is a little bit of edgier comedy, but
okay.
it's nice to have a kind of to have a both.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about working with comics. You've obviously booked a lot of comics. How do you find your comedians, or how do they find you? Let's start with that.
Yeah. So I mean, my best strategy is to start putting the best shows possible, to be as fair as possible, with the comedians, and to just have fun. And that's kind of resulted in comedians contacting me. And I still, do like to kind of find mutual friends, and there are a lot of people that I really value opinion. So I do ask for recommendations, and that's how I started originally when booking, going to shows. And I try to go and see shows. There's a lot of, especially Boston comedians, coming to this area, and it's going to be bad weather and stuff, but that wasn't the issue. Even
Nice.
when they're playing game 7 or whatever. I mean, there's always people that prefer comedy. So
Yeah.
I've been pretty lucky with the turnout of people.
That's awesome, man. That's great. Have you ever had to kick out a customer?
uh Not really. I mean, there's always there are people that you cannot make everybody happy, and there are rare occasion every few shows they will actually walk out, but never had big issues. Usually, if somebody's loud, either myself or comedians kind of explain, this is the comedy show. I think I think a lot of comedians, other than posting material, saving material for their specials, they post mostly crowd work. And I think certain audience think that crowd comedy is about crowd, so they get involved despite telling them don't talk to comedians unless
Right.
you're addressed to. So, but so far, honestly, no issues. I mean, sometimes somebody has a little bit too much to drink or so, but we've been able to handle it, and everybody, including them, to have a good time.
Nice. Uh, if you could go back in time to when you started at the movie theater, is there anything you would do differently? Anything you figured out along the way that's been helpful?
Yeah. Well, when I started, I just had this idea to have a lot of comedians on the show, and everybody is doing 10 to 15 minutes. And while at that years back, this is what I knew. I knew a local scene, and I wasn't really that knowledgeable about, and I wasn't able to bring anybody who can do 40 minutes and headline or so. So if I knew, I wouldn't just go with opener, feature, and headliner. I think after all, that is the formula. I did
Yeah.
tweak the formula. I do tweak it sometimes. Uh, we do sometimes do show like the one in April with two co-headliners and a little break between, and seems like everybody likes that. It works for the venue. It works for everybody. As far as the audience, what I hear. So sometimes we do that.
Nice. That's cool. Um, boy, I mean, I don't have too many more questions. What's new? Like, who's the most? What's a headliner you were very excited to get, or maybe somebody you're trying to get that you're excited to get in the
Mhm.
future?
Yeah. So the one that I was really excited. Well, she was actually on the show twice, but it turned out that so it's a Janet McNamara. It's a
Okay.
Boston comedian that recently moved to New York. She was accountant. I think she recently quit her accounting job, and now she's a full-time comedian. And I believe she's a comedy seller in New York, regular.
Wow.
So
I'll write
yes,
that.
yes. So she was on my show a few years ago. It was a big birthday show. She was co-headlining again one of those shows, but also she was in January of this year, headlining the show. It was just one day after she released her special, and the next day she was on the show in Maine. A few weeks after releasing her special, I think Bill Burr shared her clips, a couple more big comedians, and she just, I mean, ex- I think from 5,000, she's now 230,000 followers.
Wow.
She's, headlining all these big clubs, and I think it's a matter of time that she's going to have her special on Netflix or something like that. So I'm excited how it turned out. I'm excited about the timing. So
Yeah.
that, I definitely recommend Janet McNamara. And the one that I was trying to get headline my show for a long time was Dan Bolger. He's also from Boston, and I think he won Boston's funniest comedian a few years ago. And I just it never worked, but I'm very happy that we actually have a Halloween show in Westbrook, and he's going to headline that one. So I'm super excited. Yeah, I actually saw him opening for Mark Norman here in Portland, and he was actually funnier than Mark. So, so I was like,
Uh,
I pushed it even more. Like, I really like your comedy. Let's make this happen, and we are making it happen. So
that's
that's
awesome.
the
Does he
one that
live in
I'm
New
really
York
excited.
City?
No, I think he's in Boston. Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay. Perfect.
I think, yeah. yeah. Janet is in New York City. Yeah.
Nice. Awesome. Um, any plans to expand to more venues or get new equipment, anything like that?
Well, I do feel like it's time to take the next step. So right now, I just know that I want to do more, but I'm kind of in the research and contacting venues and trying to figure out. I mean, I'm not in a rush, but I wanna hopefully for this coming fall, winter, spring season partner up with somebody who's that we can agree. I mean, my goal is to have the best show possible, to bring the best comedians possible, which would hopefully bring the audience and to for everybody to be happy, including the venue. So yes, I want to do a couple small theaters. So I'm in talks with those. We'll see.
Cool. Have you ever had a comedian do your room and then do Empire?
Yeah. Did we
Well,
do
that didn't
Empire
really count. I
or
did like
no?
it was like a very small showcase. I meant like a kind of like somebody who headlines Empire.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes. So a lot of times it would happen that I will book somebody, and then they will reach out to Empire, and they just end up, they are either doing a paid show after mine. That's usually not a headlining show, but they just stay and do it on Saturday, as my shows are usually on Friday. So
Okay.
I'm really happy that kind of. I really love people at Empire Comedy Club in Portland. They're doing a great job, and they really are bringing a lot of good comedy to
Yeah,
Portland that is not really that big of a city. So I'm happy to, in a way, not intentionally, but I support them in a way because
sure.
and they were always really nice to me. So yeah, there's also Lincoln's that has shows on
Yeah.
Thursday. I think you're familiar with that one, and they're also great. So a lot of times somebody would do Thursday there, Friday my show, Saturday Empire, and
Nice.
maybe something between. So yeah, yeah.
Sure. Do you go to a lot of shows at Empire? And what's the best comedy show you ever saw there?
Yes, I think Robert Kelly, Bobby Kelly was the one that killed. Like I saw like nobody else killed, and I saw Sam Talent recently there. I mean, it was great, and Adrian Ilapalucci, if I pronounce
Yeah,
her, the Dark
very dope.
Queen. I mean,
Yes.
a lot of good comedy. Yeah,
Let's talk about Sam Talent
I'm
a
I'm going.
little bit. Oh, go ahead. Finish your thought.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm going. What I'm really excited to see my favorite comedian Dave Attell very soon at the State
At
Theater. Like
Empire?
he comes every year. Oh no, no, he's coming to State Theater. So
Okay.
still, I
Yeah, that
mean,
makes more sense.
he's kind of the reason when I moved to the U.S. in 2001. I I really for the first time was exposed to real comedy, and I was just watching Comedy Central. They had Chappelle Show and South Park, like all these shows, but Insomniac with Dave Attell is the one that kind of like I really like, and it really influenced my love for comedy, and I love Dave, so I'm excited to see him soon
That's
live.
awesome. Awesome. Okay, I want to ask you about Sam Talent, but first, just to share to everybody, where did you move from?
So I was born in Yugoslavia, which does country that does not exist. Now it's a bunch of different countries. Actually, when I moved, it was still Yugoslavia. So country changed name four times in the last 20 years or so. I was born in what's now known as Serbia.
Okay.
So I think you have one of our guys playing for the Nuggets there, right?
Yes, yes.
Nikola
Yeah.
Jokic, right?
Yes, Nicola. We got another comment from North Carolina. Saw Doug Stanhope at Empire, one of his favorite shows. Okay, real quick, closing out. Sam Talent, who was in Denver for a long time, was born and grew up south of Denver. Do you remember if was his opener Nathan Lund? Does that ring a bell by any chance? He's usually
No,
his opener.
I believe it was a local. I don't. I go to so many shows, but I think it was one of the Empire
Oh,
regulars.
okay, just a regular person. Yeah, yeah. Did Sam sell
Yeah.
books after the show?
I was surprised. No, there were because I wanted to buy one.
Yeah.
There were people with his book, and he was signing it.
Okay.
I did not have a chance to buy his book, so he signed my shoe. I have shoes that I wear to these shows, and I also was at the Empire and I saw Stanhope. Also
Oh,
signed
cool.
my same shoe. Yes.
Nice. Awesome. Famous shoe. Well, maybe someday I'll get to a place where I can autograph that shoe. We'll see. We'll work on it. Well, that's about all we
Yeah.
got. How can people find you and find your shows?
So the best way to find me would be on Instagram. It's amigor underscore productions, AMIGOR underscore productions. I'm also on Facebook, but Instagram is the best place to find me. And I'm organizing shows at Mass Landing Brewing Company in Westbrook and Freeport. So announcements are coming very soon, and yeah, I'm excited, as I said, to kind of expand and do more of this because I really love it.
That's awesome, man. I love your energy and your excitement for comedy and just your hard work and effort. I really appreciate it. We'll be back next Monday, everybody. Check out Amagor underscore productions on Instagram. Give that a follow and check out his shows. They're awesome. Quick comment from North Carolina. Thanks for the thanks. We'll see everybody.